What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to C-Roll Productions. So one of the big surprise cameos I would love to see in the Fantastic Four First Steps, you guys, I can't wait to jump into it. I am so ecstatic about this movie. That teaser trailer still, it gets me every single time. All the scenes with Ben Grimm, The Thing, I am just so fascinated by this movie and what Matt Shakman has cooking up. Now, you guys, there's a lot they can do with cameos because essentially, this movie is a completely different universe, kind of like an Elseworld story, right? Essentially, that's what it is. So the fact that they can really do anything in this universe and not have any kind of consequences with those variants, because at the end of the day, you guys, it looks like this universe won't make it out. That is absolutely, it's going to be heartbreaking to see Galactus actually win. There's going to be stakes. There's going to be a heavy heart throughout this entire movie. So the multiverse saga is still very much a thing right now until Secret Wars. Now, the big question is, are there other heroes with the Fantastic Four in New York in this particular universe? That's really interesting to me. Like, do mutants exist? Things of that nature? That would be so fascinating. I would love to see a lot of characters interact with the Fantastic Four. Can you imagine we could see like a T'Challa? That would be wild to me. And in the comic books, when Black Panther, officially first met the Fantastic Four, they got their asses beat by Black Panther. That would be crazy, but you couldn't do that. That's like having Kang being killed by ants. It just wouldn't be a good look for the Fantastic Four. They're going to be part of the face of the MCU after the multiverse saga. So we're going to have to get behind these characters, love them and appreciate them like we did with an Iron Man, a Captain America during the Infinity Saga. Now, variants. This world can introduce a lot of variants. As of right now, for what we know, we don't have a main Doctor Doom in the MCU timeline. We don't. So Robert Downey's Doctor Doom is more than likely going to be showing up in this film in some kind of post-credit scene or a cameo. You can't just have the Fantastic Four make it out. He's going to make it out as well because he's the next big bad moving forward into Doomsday and Secret Wars. So obviously on my list, you guys, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, you have to. But not only that, I want it to be extremely important that we get to know Reed and Victor. We get to know their backstory. We get to know their struggles, college roommates. Their relationship is important because if it doesn't work, that is a big problem in my eyes. Because in the comic books, you guys, everybody knows how much Victor hates Reed. I am just hoping we get to feel that same feeling with these two characters in this film. And it's going to be kind of hard because there's not many projects after the Fantastic Four First Steps that is going to deal with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. Honestly, there's not. So it has to be an impactful moment. You have to feel it. Whatever they have in store for Downey's Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four First Steps, it has to be impactful. Honestly, it does. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be a little worried amongst many other fans out there. You know, there's still that whole, divided fan base of Downey coming back as Victor Von Doom. So I would love to see Doctor Doom make some kind of cameo appearance. I would love to see a couple of mutants. I would love to see Namor. Having Namor in this film would be so satisfying because of his relationship with Susan Storm in the comic books, how they kind of have like this love relationship. That would be so fascinating to me. So fascinating to me. He'd be a mutant. Namor is hella old because we all know he doesn't age because he is a mutant. Mutants are now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And he's kind of essential to the Fantastic Four's like origin story. Like he's always been around, and I would love to see something along those lines. I mean, him and Reed are part of the Illuminati. Now, I don't think we'll see the whole Illuminati sequence like we saw in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I don't think we're gonna get that far, but I would love to see something like that because Sue getting with Namor because she's trying to make Reed jealous because Reed is just so into his work. He's so into being a scientist. Things of that nature. But I don't think they would jump that far into that. But, Vanessa Kirby, Susan Storm, she's got a thing for Hispanic men. So that would be absolutely perfect. Another mutant, you guys. Hank McCoy. I would love to see Hank McCoy before he goes full beast. And I would love to see Hank McCoy kind of in college with, a Ben Grimm and Reed, right? That would be so fascinating to me. They're all scientists. That would work perfectly. Now, he's a mutant. He's not fully blown the blue beast that we know. He has his big hands and his big feet. So I would love to see the Science Bros stuff. That's what I'm really fascinated. And it bums me out. We never really got to see any of that with Tony and Bruce in the MCU. Like, it was small scenes here and there, but I really want to see that science stuff together. I want to see that bro science. And to have a Hank McCoy would be absolutely perfect. Perfect. I would lose my mind. But who would you have? Who would you get to play a younger version of Hank McCoy? That, it's still up in the air right now. We saw Beast at the end of the Marvels, but he was in full blue form. So that would be kind of a stretch. But I would love to see a Hank McCoy. So we have Dr. Doom, we have Namor, we have Hank McCoy. I would love to see a younger version of Howard Stark and Stark Industries, along with the Baxter Building. You can even throw in Oscorp, right? Why not? This is an Elseworld story, essentially. I would love to see something like that. Having a younger version of, Howard Stark in this film, and him kind of, the upbringing of Stark Industries. That would be so fascinating to me. That would be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then it would be kind of crazy to have Reed know Howard Stark and then have this universe completely destroyed, right? In the 60s, completely destroyed. And then Reed going into the multiverse, into the main MCU timeline, and finding out that, Howard Stark lived and he had, a son, Tony, he died. That would be crazy, 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 crazy. But obviously, we would miss out on that whole relationship with Reed and, Tony Stark, because Tony Stark is no longer there in the MCU. He's dead. But that would be quite fascinating. And the last one, you guys, I would love to see Hank Pym and, the Pym particles. It could work. It could work. I go back to that scene in Avengers Endgame where Cap and Tony go back in time, right? And I think it was like 1970, right? And they need to still, the Pym particles so they can, go back in time. That would be awesome. We got to see a young Hank McCoy in, the very beginning of Ant-Man. That was so fascinating to me, along with Peggy Carter and along with Howard. I'm telling you, they could make it work. Now, I know it's a stretch. It's a lot of cameos, but I feel like those cameos are more realistic. They're realistic cameos that I would love to see because of the natural aura and the natural stability of, this particular group of the Fantastic Four. Is all about science and space exploration and things of that nature. I would love to see these characters interact. I'm just really excited about this, you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the cameo appearances you guys would love to see in the Fantastic Four First Steps. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching C-Roll Productions. Peace.